I am a man of fortune, and I must seek my fortune.
I like how he thinks.
Welcome to Naughty Dog's post-Last of Us era, where Naughty Dog presents us with a much more mature and grittier Uncharted story. In the pre-Last of Us era, Uncharted games had more of an Indiana Jones style of adventure, where Nathan Drake would go on a treasure hunt, and Naughty Dog would introduce a supernatural twist, and then Drake would only reach the treasure to have to face an evil boss trying to beat him there. This formula, while it was good in the past, only began to lose its lackluster with Uncharted 3. Meanwhile, Uncharted 4 A Thief's End took a much more different approach to where it has the tone of a Last of Us game, while still having throwbacks to the previous Uncharted formula, which gave us the best of both worlds, and I loved every moment of it.
How was your day?
Oh, it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Typical day in paradise.
Mm-hmm.
I got to pull a bunch of garbage out of a river. Yes.
At least you got to go for a swim.
Uncharted 4 A Thief's End story finds Nathan Drake at a later point in his life, where he's gotten older and settled down with Elena. Drake is retired from the treasure hunting business until his once dead brother reappears and drags Drake back into hunting a long-lost pirate treasure that they had dreamed of finding from their childhood. With this setup, Naughty Dog weaves together the story with flashbacks of Drake growing up to young adult Drake and then back to present day. Naughty Dog fleshed out their characters a lot more with this entry of Uncharted. The sense of brotherly love which Nate and Sam shared made me relate back to my younger brother and myself as all of the family scenarios played out. Also, by the end of Uncharted 4, I'd fell in love with Elena, and when Nate would disappoint her, I'd feel just as bummed out about the situation as Nate did. When Naughty Dog can provoke such emotions with their storytelling, then you know that the story in Uncharted 4 is definitely one that cannot be missed. Uncharted 4 also introduces new gameplay mechanics that allows the player much more freedom when handling a situation. Whether it's sliding down steep gravel paths, swinging back and forth with the grappling hook, or driving around an open environment or climbing a cliff, everything feels a lot more fluid and easier to control than in past Uncharted games. The open level design of Uncharted 4 provides the player an opportunity to approach the enemy with a stealth approach or with guns blazing. There were moments where I was sneaking through the tall grass to take down my enemy, while other moments left me running and jumping off a cliff and swinging with my grapple hook while I fired at the enemy. It didn't matter what approach I took, every moment left me satisfied with my decisions. From a graphical standpoint, Uncharted 4 is the best looking console game to date. The environmental detail made me want to live in this game. Whether it was the beautiful tropical islands or the ancient pirate ruins, I would set my controller down and admire the scenery. By the time I reached the end of Uncharted 4, according to Naughty Dog stats, I had stood still over an hour admiring the landscapes. Once you have finished Uncharted 4, it's time to jump into the multiplayer and have fun with friends. Multiplayer in any Uncharted game is an added bonus that does not detract from the overall experience of the main game. The multiplayer allows you to play either 5v5 or 4v4 multiplayer, and it also includes 4 different modes: Team Deathmatch, Plunder, Command, and Ranked Team Deathmatch. The multiplayer entails all the chaotic action that is found in the campaign, while introducing magical abilities into the mix. The multiplayer has many unlockables and perks that will leave the player enticed for quite some time. Uncharted 4 is the high point of the Uncharted series, which delivers an engrossing story, fleshed out characters, brilliant gameplay, and jaw-dropping graphics. Uncharted 4 A Thief's End is a brilliant blockbuster masterpiece that brings a satisfying end to all the characters that we've grown familiar with over the years. It's truly a fitting end for a thief, and Gaming Treehouse has scored it a 10 out of a 10. Stay tuned to Gaming Treehouse.